Okay, good morning. This is Summer Roots, Client Services Coordinator for Home of Hope Cancer Wellness Center. And joining me today is Daria Bennett. She's our administrative assistant. Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
So with it being Melanoma and Skin Cancer Awareness Month, I thought we could do a little sun safety quiz. Are you game?
I'm down.
Okay. So the first one is going to be a true or false question. I can't get skin cancer because my normal routine, such as driving to work or hobbies outdoors, doesn't include a lot of time outdoors. Is this true or false?
That's false.
Okay, you're correct. Dermatologists or skin doctors say that brief sun exposures all year round can add up to major damage for people with fair skin. And some of the sun's ultraviolet rays can even pass through windows. So driving or even sitting by a window during peak sun hours, which is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., can expose your skin to damaging UV rays if the sun is shining directly on you. So everyday exposures are linked to squamous cell skin cancer. Although not as dangerous as melanoma, squamous cell skin cancer is far more common, and the number of cases has been going up every year. So good job on that one.
Thank you.
Next one is a true and false question as well. I should use sunscreen at outdoor sporting events, even though I only go and get burnt once or twice a year.
True.
You're correct. Many people think that it's okay to get a sunburn now and then, but studies show that even occasional exposure to strong sunlight seems to increase the risk of most deadly types of skin cancer, including melanoma. All right, next one is a true and false. If I'm wearing sunscreen, I can stay in the sun as long as I want.
That's false.
You're correct again. It's not smart to broil in the sun for several hours, even if you're wearing sunscreen. These products don't provide total protection from ultraviolet rays. The American Cancer Society recommends that people seek shade and limit time in the sun at midday. Also, cover up with a shirt, wear a wide brimmed hat, use a broad spectrum sunscreen rated SPF 30 or higher, and reapply it every 2 hours. Additionally, lip balm with sunscreen is a wise choice. And certainly you don't want to forget about sunglasses for your eyes. All right, number 4 will be a true or false question. A sunscreen labeled SPF 15 blocks more UV radiation than one labeled SPF 30.
False.
You're correct. You're batting 1,000 right now. The sun protection factor, or SPF, describes how well a sunscreen protects against UVB rays, although it says nothing about protection from UVA rays. SPF 15 sunscreens filter out about 93% of the UVB rays, while SPF 30 sunscreens filter out about 97%. So be sure to choose a broad spectrum product that blocks both UVB and UVA light. And it's also important to use enough sunscreen and reapply it often, especially if you're sweating or swimming. You ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
All right, it also is a true or false. It's safe to let my children stay in the pool all day if they slip on a t-shirt after a couple hours and reapply sunscreen to their faces, arms, and legs.
Ooh, I'm going to say false.
You'd be correct again. UV rays can easily go through a white cotton t-shirt, especially if it's wet. Most wet, light-colored t-shirts only give about as much protection as an SPF 4 sunscreen. Certainly not enough for all day and well below the minimum of an SPF 30 recommendation by the American Cancer Society. Better clothing choices include dark colors, fabrics with tight weaves, and specially treated garments and swimsuits. Sun protective clothing can be found at sporting goods stores. And another great choice is moving into the shade during midday when the sun's rays are the strongest. For babies younger than 6 months, shade, sun protective clothing, and hats are best. As a last resort, pediatricians say that a very small amount of sunscreen can be used on small areas such as the face and the backs of the hands. All right, number 6 is a multiple choice. How often do I need to reapply water-resistant sunscreen? A, every 2 hours or sooner. B, after sweating or swimming. C, after I towel dry, or D, all of the above.
I'm gonna go with D, all of the above.
Correct. For best results, most sunscreens need to be reapplied every 2 hours or sooner, but be sure to check the label to see how long the protection will last. Sunscreens labeled water resistant are made to protect you from burning when you swim or sweat, but may only last around 40 minutes. So be sure to check the labels. And also remember that sunscreen usually rubs off when you towel dry. So you'll want to do all of those. Apply every 2 hours or sooner, after sweating or swimming, and after you've towel dried. This next one is true or false. Getting a base tan at an indoor tanning salon is a good way to prevent sunburn when I go to the beach later this summer.
False.
You're correct. Experts say that a base tan gives you very little protection against sunburn. Also, tanning itself injures the skin. What you don't see is UV damage to deeper layers where it builds up from every tan and burn you've ever had. There really is no such thing as a safe tan. This next one is multiple choice. What are some of the most common and painful sunscreen mistakes? A, choosing an SPF below 30. B, using too little sunscreen. C, waiting too long to reapply. Or D, all of the above.
I'm gonna go with D, all of the above.
You've got it. Sunscreens with broad spectrum protection against both UVA and UVB rays and SPF values of 30 or higher are recommended. About 1 ounce of sunscreen, which would be what would fit in the palm of your hand, should be used to cover the arms, legs, neck, and face of an average adult. For best results, sunscreens must be reapplied at least every 2 hours and even more often if you're swimming or sweating. Products labeled as waterproof may provide protection for at least 80 minutes, even when you're swimming or sweating. To be safe as possible when in the sun, use a lot of sunscreen and use it often. Our final question, it is also multiple choice. Let's put all that we've learned together. You've applied sunscreen at noon for an afternoon of reading beside the pool. At 2 p.m., which one of the following actions would best protect your skin? A, slip on some loosely woven cotton clothes. B, move to the shade. C, reapply sunscreen.
Ooh, there's not a D, all of the above answer.
There isn't.
I'm going to go with C.
Okay, so the answer was B, to move to the shade. Well, all 3 actions may actually help. Getting out of the midday sun is the best choice in this situation. Seeking shade is a key element in prevention of skin cancer, especially between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. when the sun tends to be the hottest. The clothes block very little UV radiation because they're made of cotton. This compares to a sunscreen rated SPF 4. Covering up is the right idea, but darker colors, tight weaves, and clothing labeled at least SPF 30 work better. More and more outdoor clothing has an ultraviolet protection factor or UPF rating. Sunscreen should not be used to extend your time in intense sunlight. Sunscreen is an important part of protecting your skin, but it does not provide total protection. To get the most from sunscreen, choose products with an SPF of 30 or higher that block both the UVA and UVB rays and reapply at least every 2 hours. And be sure to use the 1 ounce or the palmful for the average adult. You did really well, 8 out of 9. So good job on that. I'm sure with these simple sun safety practices, you can stay safe from the sun's harmful rays. For more information on keeping safe in the sun, you can visit our YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and look us up, Home of Hope, CWC, you'll look under our videos and there's one labeled Wellness Wednesdays Skin Cancer Awareness. That'll give you tons of more information on staying safe in the sun. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you have a great day.